Now on CoastTV News.
Pony Party, the big day is here. We get you ready for the 100th Chincoteague Pony Swim.
Beach bacteria is back.
She loves to get in the water, and now we kind of can't.
Another swim advisory issued, and this time it includes a larger area of the Delaware coast.
Backlash brings special session. The Delaware General Assembly is returning this summer while lawmakers are reviewing the recent property reassessment.
Well, it's another day of sultry heat and humidity, feeling like over 105, tracking a chance of showers and storms, then a drastic change to our weather pattern. Your full forecast coming up.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
It is Pony Swim Day. We are less than 2 hours away from the scheduled start of this Delmarva tradition.
It's not just any pony swim, it's the 100th pony swim as well.
One.
Adds to all of the excitement. But before we get to that, we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobuono. Chris, a day like today, everyone wants good weather, especially for that pony swim.
Oh yeah, without question. And we're going to continue that theme, but it's going to be pretty hot out there today if you're heading on down there. Temperatures right now 79 in Lewis. We're at 78 Indian River Inlet, 72 in Long Neck. So we're generally in the mid to upper 70s. So it is a rather muggy, mild start to the day. 74 degree is the dew point there in Rehoboth. And that humidity is going to be around over the next few days. We're seeing clear skies, high pressure off the coast, funneling in that southwest wind. That cold front back off to the west is going to be filtering in tomorrow. Till then, we have 2 more steamy days to get through. Then we see showers and storms roll in late tomorrow through Friday, and then that all-awaited big cool down arrives by the weekend. So mostly sunny skies today, highs reaching the mid-90s, feeling like 105 to 108. Down in Chincoteague, 87, mostly sunny, feeling like 100 to 103, so stay hydrated if you're heading on down there today for the big event. And we'll talk more about the showers and storms rolling in tomorrow, as well as that really, really below average start to the month of August. We'll talk about that coming up. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. Our top story this hour is the 100th Chincoteague Pony Swim. People from all over the U.S., all over the world for that matter, travel to the Virginia coast for this one event.
And that is where we find Coast TV's Madeline Overturf. Maddie, we are less than 2 hours away from the pony swim.
Good morning, Elisa and Matt. Yes, we are here live in Chincoteague. We are at the very end of the dock right here on the channel. If you can see behind me some lights, those are boats. People are already on the boats waiting for the ponies to swim across here, and they'll be on the marsh grass behind us. I can't wait for it to get lighter so I can show you more of this amazing scene out here. The pony swim, for those who are not familiar, 150 wild ponies managed by the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company here in Chincoteague. They come across a couple times a year for vet checks, but this is the only swim. They come across the channel and they are paraded into town. The auction takes place tomorrow as part of population control, but also just it's a tradition at this point. The wild ponies gets really amazing. They're going to be so close to people here. And there's already dozens of people lined up ready to see the ponies. We spoke with some people who say this year is just extra meaningful.
It was a bucket list of my husband's, and he passed away a year ago, and this was the 100th anniversary, so we decided we would come here to celebrate his passing.
So the pony swim, it does have to take place at slack tide. That's when conditions are safest for the ponies to swim, and of course for everybody else here. So that slack tide window is between 7 and 9 a.m. We're hearing it's probably going to be around 8 a.m., but we'll be here for all of it. So be sure to stay with us during Coast TV News today. And of course, we'll have that live coverage with you later between 7 and 9 a.m. I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Maddie. And after those ponies finish their swim, they are due for celebration. According to officials, the pony parade takes place about 45 minutes after the swim, giving the animals time to rest. This is when the ponies strut over to the carnival grounds, and that is where the auction will take place.
Yeah, after the big event today also comes the pony auction. That's Thursday. According to officials, it raises money for the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company and veterinary services for the ponies. It also serves as population control. And this year's auction begins at 8 a.m. with a viewing starting at 6 a.m.
And Chincoteague officials say several roads are closed early for that event today. This includes Beebe and Bunting roads, Willow Street south of Jester, and Ridge Road south of Bunting will shut down 1 hour before the swim. These closures will remain in place for an extended period, and only bikes and pedestrians will be allowed.
And with an event this size, this year there is increased security at the swim. It's due to alleged threats. According to officials, visitors are restricted from bringing umbrellas, large water bottles. As for bags, only clear ones are allowed, and all items brought to the Pony Swim are subject to search. Back in March, the town said they were online threats and they're preparing just in case. And if you want to watch it but can't make it, listen up. We have coverage for you, and it begins at 7 a.m. today on the Delmarva Sports Network and anywhere on DSM+. You can watch live as the Saltwater Cowboys guide the wild ponies across the Assateague Channel to Chincoteague Island. Don't miss the tradition, the excitement, and the magic of the Pony Swim, only on DSN.
On your screen right now is footage from Saturday of Cape Henlopen, Maine Beach. Today, the beach might not be as crowded as you see it there. A swimming advisory has been issued after large amounts of fecal bacteria were found at Cape Henlopen, Maine Beach, Deauville Beach in Rehoboth, and Lake Como in Smyrna. This is the third time in a month a swimming advisory was issued in Sussex County due to bacteria. We spoke with swimmers back when Lewis was under an advisory.
Just coming to the beach and seeing there weren't many people in the water and then seeing the signs and stuff. So yeah, and it was a bummer because we're here to swim and she loves to get in the water and now we kind of can't.
And to be clear, Lewis is not currently under a swimming advisory. Denmark tells CoastTV high levels of fecal indicator bacteria can come from various natural and human sources like pet waste, trash, and boats, with heavy rain and stormwater also playing a part.
New this morning, you should learn more on the status of projects in Worcester County dealing with wastewater treatment upgrades. This includes a federal earmark of over $3.8 million. According to the Department of Public Works, Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen confirmed it was submitted to Congress. Work for Transite water main replacement is seeking federal money in the amount of $1.6 million and money for the lead water service line replacement. The department says Newark was not awarded funding.
The Delaware General Assembly says it is planning a special session this summer after backlash over property tax bills. According to the Delaware GOP, the recent property reassessment raised the average taxable value of homes by nearly 400% in Newcastle County. House leadership says there is no set date for that session. State officials say the session is expected to focus on the residential tax burden tied to school funding and the state's first property reassessment in more than 40 years.
Early voting in the Delaware State House District 20 special election continues today, and if you are a registered voter in this district, there are changes to times the polls are open. Starting today until August 3rd, the early voting schedule is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. There are only two locations that you can vote, and they are Lewis Elementary and Mariner Middle School. Election day is August 5th. Polls open that day, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Design and policy are topics up for discussion today as the Georgetown Circle Advisory Committee meets again. According to the agenda, officials will be presented with a revised design from the Harbor Group. Also, town leaders are set to review the Circle Monument Policy. Charlie Koski is on the Circle Advisory Committee, and along with safety, the group is looking at the placement of the monuments for two fallen officers that were destroyed by cars.
There's some changes to be made with the monuments. The town is taking into consideration the family's feelings about that, and I just look forward to it being more safe for the general public.
No final decisions have been made on the monuments just yet. For now, the committee is still weighing options with the ultimate goal of making the circle safer for everyone.
And we're getting a live look now on this Wednesday morning at Washington, D.C. President Trump back in the U.S. after getting some trade agreements with the European Union. And now we look ahead to the end of the week and another tariff deadline.
And today the Federal Reserve is meeting. NBC's Alice Barr shows us why it is unlikely the chairman will lower interest rates.
In a big week for the economy, all eyes are on the Federal Reserve and a highly anticipated decision this afternoon on whether to cut interest rates, as President Trump has been pressing for to boost the economy. Though most analysts expect the Fed to hold rates steady, wary of the potential for inflation, with a sweeping new round of tariffs set to hit on Friday. The Yale Budget Lab says product stockpiles have delayed many price increases for now.
What importers were trying to do was try to kind of pull in as much as they could into the economy in order to have to avoid the fact that ultimately they are going to have to raise prices.
While also projecting the tariffs will raise roughly $3 trillion for the U.S. over a decade. President Trump pointing to progress in one of the biggest outstanding trade negotiations with China, as the Treasury Secretary wrapped up talks without a deal, but with a possible extension to keep tariffs from shooting back up.
We'll either approve it or not, but he felt very good about the meeting. Better than he felt yesterday.
The president saying he intends to meet with China's president by the end of the year, as more European leaders voice frustration over the deal reached this week, setting a 15% tariff on most goods entering the U.S. from the European Union.
Dass es nicht so bleibt, wie es bisher war.
The German chancellor saying the tariffs will hurt both the German and American economies, as the French prime minister slammed the deal as an act of submission. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, massive fire mayhem, the effort to get it under control as a house burned in Blades.
Also, Recreation Future Review will tell you how more outdoor opportunities could be coming to the town.
And household items increase, why one manufacturing giant says Americans will have to pay more for most of its products. Coast TV News Today is back after this.
Well, it's a good Wednesday morning, Delmarva, as we take a live look into Salisbury, seeing the clear skies out there, 74 degrees, but very muggy with those dew points in the 70s. We're at 75 Ocean City, 77 Bethany, 75 in Georgetown, and we're at 77 in Cambridge. We don't have the unhealthy air quality today, but still dealing with some moderate air quality, no active air quality alerts, so keep that in mind throughout the day. Today, we are clear and dry, and it is going to be another hot one. 95 for most of our inland areas, 94 eastern shore, upper 80s, lower 90s at the coast. Drink a lot of water, take frequent breaks, and wear a hat and pack on that sunscreen if you're heading to the coast today, because we're going to be dealing with a lot of that sunshine throughout the coast. So we have 2 more hot days to go with heat indices over 100. Now we are tracking a threat of showers and storms rolling in primarily Thursday afternoon through Friday morning. Some of those storms could produce some flash flooding, so we'll keep a close eye on that. And then that big cool down that we've been telling you about arrives for the weekend. We're talking about temperatures barely getting out of the 70s for parts of Delmarva, and we're talking about lower humidity levels as well. We'll talk more about that coming up in that full 7-day forecast here in minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Nighttime lane closures are almost complete on Route 1 in Sussex County. According to DelDOT, tonight is expected to be the final night. Crews will be working on bridge inspections. This includes the bridges over the Mississippian River and the Lewis-Rehoboth Canal. The agency says to expect overnight lane closures from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Happening in less than 2 hours from now, a waterline replacement project will cause a road closure in Salisbury. According to the city, crews are working on the 500 block of Riverview Avenue. Traffic between Riverside Drive and Evergreen Avenue, that's the area that we're showing you on your screen, that's blocked starting at 6:30 a.m. Officials say work is expected to wrap up by 3:30 p.m., weather permitting.
Americans should expect to spend a little more for bathroom and laundry items. Manufacturing giant Procter & Gamble announced fiscal guidance for 2026 that features a $1 billion pre-tax hit caused by the Trump administration's tariffs. Chief Financial Officer said there will be mid-single-digit price hikes for roughly a quarter of its items.
Conference Board reports consumer confidence climbed 2 points this month to a reading of 97.2. The reading shows people's attitudes about the economy have stabilized from the spring. That's when President Trump unveiled his tariff strategy ahead of trade negotiations.
Well, the beat goes on. Our heat wave continues here on Delmarva, looking for a high of 95, but feeling like 105 or more with the humidity. So yeah, maybe go with the a large iced coffee today. We'll talk about some big changes coming in that 7-day forecast when CoastTV News Today continues.
We're about to hit 5:19 on this Wednesday morning, and you are looking live at some clear skies there in Ocean City. And Chris, as far as the heat and humidity goes, looks like we have more of the same today.
Yeah, that's right. The beat goes on. Our heat wave is going to continue here on Delmarva, feeling like well over 100 this afternoon. You can see temperatures right now a bit warmer at the coast. We're at 79 Rehoboth, 78 Bethany, 75 Georgetown to 73 Laurel, and 70 in Harrington. You see those dew points, we've had some ridiculous humidity levels, if you will, with those dew points upper 70s to lower 80s. But look at what happens over the weekend. The cold front comes through Friday, and we drop drastically over the weekend. Now, as far as air quality is concerned, no active alerts. We were in that unhealthy for sensitive groups level yesterday. Orange, we've been downgraded throughout the day today, but we are seeing clear skies. Pretty dry, high pressure off to our southeast, funneling in that southwest air, and we're going to be tracking this cold front moving ever so slowly to the southeast. So hot, humid today, 101 to 108 as far as the heat indices are concerned. Then we're tracking that cold front late tomorrow through Friday. 94 Georgetown, 95 Milford, and 93 Vienna. We'll see highs 93 Salisbury to 90 in Crisfield. Along the coast today, wall-to-wall sunshine, 91 Dewey, 91 down in Chincoteague. And you see those real field temperatures feeling like 102 Georgetown this afternoon, 102 Selbyville. I think we squeeze out one more 90-degree day and triple-digit heat index day tomorrow as those showers and storms develop. So we'll see the showers and storms primarily kick off tomorrow afternoon and then continue through Friday, and then we dry out through the weekend. So Futurecast shows the dry conditions through the afternoon, another muggy, mild night, and then by tomorrow afternoon, you notice a few scattered showers developing, not all that widespread, but where they do develop, they're going to pack a punch with some drenching downpours. And then we see some heavier rain developing Thursday evening through overnight. We could see some localized flash flooding, so that's going to be a concern. Also, we have an isolated severe risk for the eastern shore, primarily Kent County on northward. Could see a brief damaging wind threat. And then there's that slight risk of excessive rainfall. So those storms could pack a punch with some flash flooding. Then the story is going to be that drastic temperature drop. We're ushering in August well below average, high pressure settling in. It is going to feel great, as picture perfect as it could get for early August. 95 this afternoon, feeling like 103 to 108. Tonight we're at 74, partly cloudy skies, and we turn unsettled tomorrow afternoon with scattered showers and storms, 90 degrees, and then we see that big cool down over the weekend, 78, mostly sunny skies, looking absolutely gorgeous, and we continue that well below average temperatures into early next week. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. And like Chris just mentioned, temperatures are expected to be extremely hot today, so here's some information about cooling centers on Delmarva. In Maryland, Worcester County typically uses its libraries as cooling centers, and the Civic Center normally serves that purpose in Salisbury. Here are the options offered in Sussex County by the Delaware Department of Health and Social Services. Today from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m., people can head to the Adams State Service Center in Georgetown. Also, the state service centers in Bridgeville, Laurel, and Milford, along with the Shipley Service Center in Seaford.
Future of outdoor recreation in Milton. That is what the town's Parks and Recreation Commission is working on. CoastTV photojournalist Matt Hipsman was at their meeting last night and shows us what people living in Milton are hoping comes next.
We're looking at creating an inventory of all the town parkland and town facilities that are used for recreation. And as the town begins to grow and expand, there's going to be new opportunities to put in different parks and different recreational facilities.
Definitely a lot of things for the kids to do, especially during summertime, middle of summer, you know. And many people get bored, so it's like it'd be more options to go out and enjoy instead of being stuck up in the house in AC, which everybody loves.
If you knew what was here, you could be able to decide where to head with, with your family or with your children or whatever you're doing, or with your spouse or with your pets if you knew there was a walking trail or water for fishing, which, this park has all of those things.
What is it that we could possibly put into one of these other parks that's new, that's different, and is what people want, while also being economically feasible? We don't want to put something in that no one's going to use.
I think it's a great place for the kids, families, people to have a nice little good time, you know.
And I brought, many of my grandchildren here, so it's, it's a good park.
This is one of the biggest parks that I've ever seen.
On Coast TV News today, massive fire mayhem. We'll tell you about the combined effort it took to tackle this massive blaze. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back. New this morning, the Delaware Fire Marshal will continue investigating after smoke could be seen from above the trees from a massive house fire in Blades. According to the Blades Volunteer Fire Company, it happened Monday on River Road. Officials say putting out the blaze took a combined effort from Seaford, Bridgeville, Georgetown, and several other fire agencies. Well, we know a lot of people will be at the Pony Swim today, and if you're outside or at the beaches, it's going to be hot.
They got several challenges. I feel sorry for people that are visiting because you have some swim advisories you have to be aware of, and also jellyfish.
You do not like the jellyfish. You always run into them.
Apparently, I guess you do like the jellyfish.
No, I didn't. I would never say that.
Who likes the jellyfish, Chris? Who likes swimming with jellyfish?
Not me. I mean, I was down in Rehoboth on Monday, and I saw them. Yeah, they were around, so I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. But I'm trying to end this heat wave. 77 in Ocean City, and it is very muggy out there. And we're going to see wall-to-wall sunshine from Ocean City, Fenwick Island, highs topping out right around 90. Our warmer locations, Lewis, Rehoboth, topping out right around 9 degrees. Make sure you pack on the sunscreen, wear those sunglasses, take some frequent breaks. We have a low risk of rip current, so that is good news. 88 through noon in Cambridge, 86 in Crisfield. You can get your forecast anytime by dialing the First Alert Weather phone, sponsored by Brockstep and Dallas Federico. We have Nikki Singel of Milton, Delaware. You're the winner of our umbrella. You may need that umbrella tomorrow afternoon. We're tracking some showers and storms, and then that all-important drastic cool down as we approach the weekend. We'll talk more about that in the next half hour.
And after the break on Coast TV News today, wastewater upgrades update how money from the federal government could help Worcester County with projects at its treatment facilities.
Also, beware of bacteria. Yeah, we just referenced it. We're going to tell you which Delaware beaches you may want to avoid after an advisory from DENRAC.
And the day is finally here, the 100th Chincoteague Pony Swim. We go live to show you all of the action ahead of the event. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
Now on Coast TV News.
Celebrating the Pony Swim.
First time here in Chincoteague for the swim, and we're very excited.
Getting closer to the big event, we get you ready for the milestone of the Delmarva tradition.
Epstein era examined the record release request while questions continue over the sex traffickers' connection to high-ranking members of both the Democratic and Republican parties.
Tainted Tide Trouble. A new swim advisory is in effect. What you need to know if you are planning on hitting Delaware's beaches.
Well, it's another day of sultry heat and humidity, feeling like over 105, tracking a chance of showers and storms, then a drastic change to our weather pattern. Your full forecast coming up.
This is Coast TV News Today.
July 30th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
It's 5:32 a.m. and we are about 90 minutes away from the 100th Chincoteague Pony Swim. That's when it'll begin.
It's an exciting day on Delmarva, but first, Chris just said in his opening headline it's going to feel like 105 in some areas today.
Sounds great, Chris.
If you are at the Pony Swim, you need to stay hydrated, try to find shade if you can, but Chris, people are going to be so excited to be outside today.
Oh yeah, without question, whether you're by the pool, you're along the coast. Yeah, you want to stay cool, stay hydrated with those high humidity levels. Right now, we're a bit milder at the coast with that southwest wind. 79 in Rehoboth to 78 Bethany Beach, 73 Long Neck. We're at 71 Harrington and 73 in Laurel. But yeah, as we've been telling you, those dew points well in the 70s, and they just have been at ridiculous levels over the last few days. And we're clear, we're dry. We're going to stay dry at least for the next 24 hours. This cold front back off to the Great Lakes is slowly diving to the southeast and will give us a chance of a few scattered showers and storms primarily tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening. So we have 2 more steamy days to get through, and then that unsettled weather arrives, and that cold front is going to help bring quite the cool down, certainly for this time of year. Now, if you're heading on down to Chincoteague, we're looking at temperatures around 86 by around 10. We'll likely top out around 90 there, but again, down there it's going to feel like 100 to 103 at times. Elsewhere, we're at 91 in Dewey Beach, so a hot day along the coast with that southwest wind with the more of a land breeze. Again, feeling like 100 to 103 along the coast. Inland areas feeling like 105 to 108. We'll track the shower and storm threat tomorrow, as well as that big cool down this weekend here in a few moments. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. Our top story this half hour is the big Delmarva tradition, the 100th Chincoteague Pony Swim, the little town in Virginia filled with people hoping to get a glimpse of those ponies.
And this is where our Madeline Overturf is this morning. Maddie, I am loving that hat. It looks like you're ready to watch some ponies.
Thank you, Matt. I absolutely love this cowboy hat as well. As we know, the saltwater cowboys are the ones that bring the ponies across the Chincoteague Channel here and manage the herd. So I had to, pay my tribute to these amazing men and women who take care of these amazing horses. Stay with me here before we show you some video, because I just want to take a second to take this all in. Just hold on for a second and listen. You can hear the water a little bit, the boats in the water. You can see behind me this incredible sunrise. There's some boats out there, people on their kayaks ready to see the ponies come in. Behind me there's people on the marsh waiting. Over here, a line of boats where the ponies are going to come across the channel here in sometime between 7 and 9 a.m. If you've never seen this swim before, let's show you some footage of what that looks like. It's on a site like you've never seen anywhere else in your life. It's only a 5-minute swim for those 150 wild ponies to come across the channel to take some rest and then go to the auction, which will be held tomorrow on the carnival grounds. The feeling here is electric. People have been here since 3:30 in the morning for their seats. Everyone is excited, and this pony swim means a lot to people who came from a long way away.
My husband and I came all the way from New York. We drove down yesterday. First time here in Chincoteague for the swim, and we're very excited.
Now, the slack tide window when it's safest to bring the ponies across the water is between 7 to 9 a.m. We're hearing it might be around the 8 o'clock hour, which would be good, but we'll be here for all of it. We will be live with you for the next hour of our newscast, and of course, when the pony swim happens between 7 and 9 a.m., we have that live coverage on the Delmarva Sports Network. So really a beautiful day here in Chincoteague, a magical experience, and I hope everybody will stay with us here on CoastTV and DSN. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Well, despite the fun, there is increased security at the swim due to alleged threats. According to officials, visitors are restricted from bringing umbrellas, large water bottles, and only clear bags can be used. All items brought to the pony swim will be subject to search. Back in March, the town said there were online threats and that it could be nothing, but they had to be prepared just in case.
And as you might expect, Chincoteague officials say several roads for the event are closed today. This includes Beebe and Bunting roads, Willow Street south of Jester, and Ridge Road south of Bunting. They are all now shut down. These closures will remain in place for an extended period, and only bikes and pedestrians are allowed.
And if you want to watch it but can't make it in person, listen up. We have coverage for you. It begins at 7 a.m. this Wednesday on the Delmarva Sports Network. That is this morning, and anywhere on the DSN Plus app. You can watch live as the Saltwater Cowboys guide the wild ponies across the Chincoteague Channel to Chincoteague Island. Don't miss the tradition, the excitement, and the magic of the pony swim only on DSN.
As we move on your screen right now, we have footage from over the weekend. This is at Cape Henlopen State Park's main beach. And today, we could see fewer people at that beach.
And that's because the swimming advisory is in effect after large amounts of fecal bacteria were found at the main beach, Deauville Beach in Rehoboth, and Lake Como Beach, that is in Smyrna.
Yeah, this is the third time in a month a swimming advisory was issued in Sussex County due to the bacteria. Denrick tells CoastTV high levels of fecal indicator bacteria can come from various natural and human sources like pet waste, trash, and boats.
This afternoon, we should learn more on the status of projects in Worcester County dealing with wastewater treatment upgrades. This includes a federal earmark of over $3.8 million. According to the Department of Public Works, Senator Chris Van Hollen confirmed it was submitted to Congress. Work for transit water main replacement is seeking federal money in the amount of $1.6 million. And money for the lead water service line replacement. The department says Newark was not awarded funding.
New overnight, the Justice Department wants more information on the Jeffrey Epstein case unsealed. Attorney General Pam Bondi and other top officials filed a memo to the Southern District of New York District Court on Tuesday night. It cites intense public interest as justification for the judge to consider releasing additional records. Questions have emerged over how much President Trump knew about Epstein's sex trafficking activities, while there's also lingering concern over the connection Epstein had with high-ranking Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton.
We're now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. The Federal Reserve is set to announce its latest decision on interest rates this afternoon. This includes whether or how much the agency decides to change them.
Now, today's vote could even get more attention than usual. As Amy Kiley shows us, it comes during a clash between the White House and the Fed chair.
He's a lame duck at this point, Powell.
The Federal Reserve is expected to hold rates steady today, despite objections from President Donald Trump. He says either the board should approve cuts or Fed Chair Jerome Powell should resign. Lower interest rates make it more affordable for Americans to borrow money, but economists say they can cause inflation. Powell says that's already a concern due to tariffs. The Yale Budget Lab predicts Trump's new ones this year could result in a 0.5 percentage point drop in real GDP growth.
Those losses mean about $2,700 in increased prices for consumers. Those losses mean fewer jobs in this country and less growth in this country.
Despite numbers like those, Trump is demanding rate cuts. His pressure campaign involves a visit to the Fed headquarters last Thursday. He argues its ongoing renovations are too expensive, and he blames Powell. Many analysts say investors want the chair to make decisions based on data, not politics.
If the numbers don't give him the ammo to go out and cut wildly the way Trump does it, it would be hugely reckless. The markets would immediately come back and say, whoa, what's going on here? We're seeing the full politicization of the Fed on the largest economy on the planet.
Trump says he probably won't try to fire Powell. The chair's term ends in May.
There's only so much he can do between now and then.
Well, I'd love him to lower interest rates.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
We got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Pocomoke Business Boost, how city leaders and business owners are working together to continue recent growth.
Also, we gauge how excited Delmarva is for the 100th Chincoteague Pony Swim. Dia sent us some very interesting polling data you will want to check out.
And Cambridge Caters to Locals will tell you how the city manager is changing his schedule to make himself more available to people in the area. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
We salute Henry Weber for his dedicated service in the U.S. Air Force, where he served with distinction in Thailand, Montana, and at Andrews Air Force Base. As an aircraft technician, Henry played a vital role in maintaining mission readiness across multiple assignments. He retired in the 1980s after more than 20 years of honorable service. His commitment and contributions to our nation are deeply appreciated.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Good morning, Delmarva. Sunrise 6:01 as we take a gorgeous look into Ocean City. That's sand nice and cool now. Not going to be the case this afternoon. We're at 77 degrees. Up the coast, we're at 79. Rehoboth, 78 in Lewis, 75 in Milton, and 72 in Laurel. So we've been upgraded as far as our air quality is concerned. We're at moderate levels now. We're not at that unhealthy level like we saw yesterday. Clear skies out there, and we're going to be adding to our total so far this year. 24 days of 90 degrees. Last year we had 27. Now the average is 27, and you see the record 57 days back in 2010. So plenty of sunshine and plenty of 90-degree temperatures. 95 for much of the inland areas, 94 eastern shore, upper 80s to lower 90s, feeling like 105 to 108 at times. So stay cool, stay hydrated. We have some good news though in that 7-day forecast, and we'll talk about that coming up next.
New this morning, we got new leadership taking shape in Salisbury. The city's making several appointments to council. You can see them right there on your screen. Alan Swagger, Michael Lowe, and Tom Stevenson. According to the city, Swagger was named as deputy city administrator. Lowe will step in as the city's new director of procurement. Stevenson will serve as acting city administrator while Salisbury searches for a permanent replacement. And for more information on the new members, their background with the city, you can head on over to CoastTV.com.
In Cambridge, City Manager Glenn Steckman will have office hours on Saturday, August 2nd at City Hall. He will be available from 9 a.m. to noon. You can either stop by or email him to make an appointment. Glenn says he's looking to make Saturday office hours a monthly occasion for people unable to get to City Hall during the week.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Chincoteague Pony Swim Wednesday, that is. It is finally the day you've all been waiting for, and you can still let us know just how excited you are. We are just a few hours away from our coverage of the 100th annual Chincoteague Pony Swim. Coverage of this yearly Delmarva tradition will start at 7 a.m. today in just a few hours right here on the Delmarva Sports Network and DSN Plus. So we decided to ask all of you Delmarva natives on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about this year's milestone event? You have responded in major fashion. Let's take a look at the votes. It's very early, but so far it seems like on a scale of 1 to 10, you guys are at a 7. We are just as excited as you guys are, but if you want to have your own impact on the results, don't worry, you still got time to vote. All you have to do is go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com to visit our website. From there, click the features tab. You'll scroll all the way down to the sports poll option. You'll be taken to the poll page where you'll have to click and turn the knob from left to right. Far left being a 1, far right being a 10. Then you'll see your results at the bottom left. We chose 10 because that's how excited we are. There's still time to comment on our social pages to share your excitement. Our full coverage starts very soon right here on DSN. That's it for sports for now. We'll see you later for more sports tonight.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 8:30, watch USSSA softball. Then it's the final score at 10:30.
If you are having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at CoastTV.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Well, Matt said he's thinking about doing the lawn today. I would suggest doing it maybe late this morning before that heat really kicks in. We're looking pretty good. Now, we do see scattered showers and storms roll into the picture tomorrow afternoon. Looking really good to mow the lawn this weekend. Well, wait till you see the forecast this weekend. You're not going to believe where these temperatures are going to be. Full 7-day forecast is coming up next.
The time is now 5:50 and we are taking a live look outside at Salisbury this morning. And Chris, we have a beautiful sunrise there. We know the sun is going to be harsh today and so are those temperatures. It's another day of just extreme heat on Delmarva.
I know, right? The beat goes on and we're going to heat up pretty quickly once that sun rises about 6:01 this morning. And you can see we're a bit milder at the coast in the upper 70s, all thanks to that southwest wind. We're at 74 in Millsboro, 73 in Bridgeville, and 73 in Redden. As those dew points still quite uncomfortable, and they're going to stay at this level really for the next 2 days. And then we're going to see some drastic changes as we roll into the weekend. Cold front comes through Friday and we go to the comfortable levels. We're going to have dew points in the 50s and 60s. Now, the good news is we're in a moderate level. We were in that orange level yesterday, so we have been upgraded as far as the air quality is concerned. No active alerts. We're clear, we're dry. We have high pressure just off to our southeast, funneling in that southwest wind. This cold front, we have a cluster of showers and storms across Illinois and Iowa. Those areas, the showers and storms are pushing to the east ever so slowly. So we do have 2 more days of hot, steamy conditions before that front rolls through, bringing scattered showers and storms. And then that big cool down this weekend arrives that we've all been talking about. Temperature around 90 by around 11. And we're going to top out mid-90s. Feeling, though, like 102 to 108 at times throughout the day, especially away from the coast throughout the afternoon. Now, tomorrow, even before the thunderstorms arrive, I think we'll still see some triple-digit heat indices across the inland areas. Now, rain chances ramp up tomorrow afternoon through Friday, and then they drastically drop through the weekend as high pressure builds in. So today we're mid-90s, and then tonight another mild, muggy night under partly cloudy skies will fall into the mid-70s, and then tomorrow afternoon upper 80s to lower 90s, and then you see a few of those scattered showers developing through the latter part of the afternoon afternoon, some brief downpours, maybe even a brief gusty wind threat along the eastern shore. And you can see that heavy rain possible at times Thursday evening through early Friday. I think we start the day off Friday with some scattered showers, and I think we begin to dry out through the afternoon, but we are cooler with a northeast wind. Now, as far as the severe threat tomorrow, we have a marginal risk for portions of the eastern shore and Kent County. Excessive rainfall is slight, so primary concern tomorrow afternoon and the evening is for flash flooding. Average high 87. We're going to be well below that as we go into the weekend, and we're going to see plenty of sunshine too. Very rare do you get temperatures that low with mostly sunny skies this time of year. 50s and 60s as far as the dew points are concerned, so very comfortable. 95, and that's going to feel good after certainly this weather we've been experiencing. 103 to 108 as far as the heat index is concerned. 74 overnight, muggy. And then as we go into our Thursday, we squeeze out one more 90-degree day, partly sunny skies with those scattered showers and storms developing through the afternoon. We have Nikki Single of Milton, Delaware. You're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella, and your extended forecast shows 80 for Friday with the storms early. 78 for Saturday, mostly sunny. Look at that weekend, 80 degrees into Sunday, and we stay rather in the lower 80s with plenty of sunshine through the start of next week.
All right, thank you, Chris. Pocomoke City is looking to capitalize on recent success. New businesses are moving in, and plans to improve the city's infrastructure are in the works. But there's a sense among officials and business owners that more can be done. At a business roundtable this week, it gave shop owners a good sense of what that could entail, and they say it has them excited for what's ahead.
One thing that all business owners said that the town was missing was public bathrooms. And the city came up with some good ideas, and it was the first thing the mayor said. When we come back for our next meeting, we're going to follow up and show you what progress we've made on that.
Business owners say they also talked about potential grant opportunities and ways to increase foot traffic throughout Pocomoke City.
It is 5:54 and it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
I've been waiting for this one. Check out Benny on your screen, everybody. He is ready for the 100th Pony Swim. As you can see, he is prepared to join the Saltwater Cowboys if they call on him for assistance. We're sure Benny would help the Pony Swim go off without a hitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Cowboy Benny submitted to us, as always, by Tammy and Seaford.
And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Yeah, scan that QR code at the top there. Get your friends to us, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And the time is now 5:57, and we are going to take another look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Hope you like the heat, Chris.
Oh, I know. It's how you like it. It's going to keep going. 73 degrees in Salisbury. Temperatures around 84 by around 9 under mostly sunny skies. And yes, on our way to 95 throughout much of the interior portions of the peninsula. 94 eastern shore, 87 to 90 at the coast. Feeling like 105 to 108 at times. We'll squeeze out one more 90-degree temperature tomorrow before we see scattered showers and storms develop. We'll see some more showers at least through early part of Friday before a picture-perfect weekend as we usher in August, and we stay rather below average through most of next week.
Well, good morning, everyone. So excited to bring you more sights and sounds from the 100th Chincoteague Pony Swim. We're going to join you at the top of the 6 o'clock hour with all the details you need to know about this fantastic event here in Chincoteague.